Welcome to another contribution for Utopian. My name is Ernesto Toledo and you can see my profile on your screen. Today we will continue with the LibreOffice macros course. For this I already have prepared some procedures and a spreadsheet. We will start showing how to perform searches and replacements. Searches and replacements are methods specific to spreadsheets. We will assign the first sheet of the active book to the OSheet object. Let's now use the createReplace descriptor method to create an object in which all characteristics of the search and replacement will be stored. To indicate the string, which will be searched in each cell, we use the setSearchString method. As an argument, we must enter the string to search. We will indicate the string, which will replace the strings found by the search, by means of the setReplaceString method. We must indicate the replacement string as an argument. Replacement will be effective using the replaceAll method of the spreadsheet. The sheet to which we refer is the 0 sheet. Remember that the index of the sheet starts from 0. We will indicate as argument the descriptor that we previously created. This last method returns the number of cells in which the replacement was made. We store that information in the variable nCount. We will show that information through an MSG box. Let's execute the procedure. As you can see, it is indicated that the replacements have been made in 3 cells. The replacements made were on cells A3, B4, and C5. Note that the replacement of C5 was a double replacement. When executing this type of procedure, we can undo the change made with the corresponding button. I'm going to replace the first letter with a lowercase letter. Now I execute the procedure. As you can see, the change is executed indistinctly. To indicate to LibreOffice that it must respect the difference between uppercase and lowercase letters, we will use the search case-sensitive property of our descriptor. This property is defined by default as false. By defining it with the true value, we will make the procedure case-sensitive. Let's try the procedure now. As you can see, the changes in the other cells have been executed, but the procedure has respected the contents of the cell that starts with lowercase. How do we now get the replacement done only on cells that contain only the string? For this, we will use the search words property of our descriptor. This property is defined by default as false. Therefore, when we have not defined it, it performs searches within the sentences. When you define it, you will only perform searches in complete words. A complete word means that it is the only content of the cell. Let's try the procedure again. As you can see, this occasion has only changed cells A3 and B4, but cell C5 has retained its contents. Now I will show you how to establish searches with a certain tolerance, that is, that accepts similar strings that have been defined for the search. To achieve this, we will use the search similarity property. When defining this property as true, we must set 3 parameters: search similarity add, search similarity remove, and search similarity exchange. Through search similarity add, we can achieve that at the time of performing the search, the procedure allows a tolerance of an extra character on the searched string. We will set the other 2 properties with the value 0, so that this is the only parameter of similarity. I will copy the contents of the cells to compare it later. Let's execute the procedure. Now I will paste the copied content. The cells that have changed have been A3, D3, E3, E4, and E5. Cell A3 contained the exact string that was searched. Cell D3 contained an extra E in relation to the searched string. The remaining cells contained a later character with respect to the searched string, the characters 1, 2, and 3. By means of the search similarity remove method, we can indicate that there is a tolerance of a character removed from the string being searched. Let's execute the procedure. Cells A3 and B3 have changed. Cell A3 contained exactly the searched string. Cell B3 only differed by one character removed. We can also establish a tolerance indicated by a different character. Let's try the procedure. 4 cells have been changed: A3, A4, A5, and C3. The first 3 cells differed by the number, while in the cell C3 we can say that it had a 1 instead of the T of txt. All these parameters of similarity can be combined. In addition to that, they can also be assigned integer values other than 1, achieving more complex similarity patterns. We notice that by setting all values to 1, the procedure changes 9 cells. However, in most of the occasions, we want to define more specific patterns. We can achieve it using regular expressions. I will show you how to do it in the following example. In this example, I have established the following search pattern. As you will notice, it is identical to the string we have in the cell A5. Said string will be replaced by the string cap. Let's execute the procedure. As you can see, it has replaced the expected string. However, we want it not to be interpreted literally. Rather, we want it to be interpreted as a regular expression. To achieve this, we must set the search regular expression property to true. Let's run again. As you can see, it has now replaced the contents of the cells A3 and A4. This is because the use of square brackets in regular expressions is used to indicate that any of the letters indicated inside can be in that position. As expected, the string has not been taken literally, and even cell A5 has not been replaced. This course is not intended to cover the use of regular expressions, but you can find a lot of material about it. In the body of this post, I will leave some links. Remember, the replace all method is typical of the spreadsheet. How do I achieve searches and replacements in the workbook? For this, we will have to go through each of the pages. First, we establish the descriptor by the first page. However, when using the replace all method, we will do it by going through each sheet and using as an argument the descriptor that we created previously. For this example, we will replace the string LibreOffice tutorial by the string LibreOffice course. Let's execute the procedure. It tells me that it has replaced 5 strings. As you can see, the respective strings of each of the spreadsheets has changed. Let's now go to the last example. How can we manipulate in a more specific way the change that is made on each of the cells found with the pattern? For this, instead of using a replacement descriptor, we will use a search descriptor. To this descriptor, we can apply the same modifiers that we have applied to the replacement descriptor. That is, search similarity, search words, search case sensitive, and search regular expression. Unlike replacement, we will obtain as an object each of the cells that comply with the search. To obtain the first occurrence, we will use the findFirst method using the descriptor as an argument. The object obtained will be a cell. In this example, to distinguish it, we will change the background color to a dark red. To obtain the following cells, we will use the findNext method. We must enter as an argument the last cell found and the descriptor. To obtain the following cells, it would suffice to repeat this line of code again and again. For this example, we change the background color to the cell to black. If we want to make changes to all occurrences, we will use the findAll method. This will return all the cells containing the search string. In this example, we change the color to the first two cells that contain the string STEAMIT. Later, we change the search string to BUZZY. And to all the cells that contain that string, we apply the clearContents method with argument 4. This last method cleans the strings that are in the cells, that is, leave blank the cells that contain the string busy. Let's try the procedure. We have the first occurrence of STEAMIT illuminated in dark red, the second occurrence illuminated in black, and the occurrences of busy have disappeared. Since this method returns each of the cells, it will be possible to make more personalized changes to each of the cells, using the knowledge we have explored in the previous videos. I hope this tutorial has been useful. See you!